Hello. How are you? Oh my gosh, we're back. Little Facebook Live action. So I don't know who all made it yesterday. If there's some watchers who watched the video after the live stream, but welcome and thank you for watching. And I'm really happy that you're taking your health seriously and really just putting yourself first right now. This is definitely a time when we need lots of self-care. We need lots of health, lots of love for one another, for ourselves, and it all just starts from home, starts with us. So congratulations, and I'm very proud of you for doing all the things that you need to do. So welcome to my pink room. I just realized I'm wearing a pink shirt and have pink everything and even a pink Himalayan sea salt lamp. But welcome. Today what we're going to do is some deep breathing. Hi, Kim, you're back. That's fun. We're going to do some deep breathing and some hip movement. So the one thing that I really think that is important for everyone is being able to do deep belly breathing. We talked about it yesterday, but it is very important for even just hip health, for getting those hips moving. You wouldn't really think of that because you just think like, oh, my lungs are up here, but the reality is they go down here a little bit too. So let's kind of dig in. I wanted to talk about hydration a little bit. Again, I have my silly man mug, again, has black tea in it. So that's fun. And then I have something new today. I don't know if anyone's had this. Hi, Karen. Maybe Kim, you've had it. Happy Planet, the green smoothie, just so good. Oh my gosh, it's probably a really good thing to drink right now, just to get your greens and to stay as healthy as possible. And then I have my water, and then I have this little thing, which is just water in a jug. So get your water and get comfy, maybe turn some music on, whatever is going to help you to relax. Because again, when you want to stretch, you want to be well hydrated and you want to be in a relatively good mood. Because if you're going to try and stretch when you're cold, when you're grumpy, when you're angry, that's typically when you're going to pull something. That's that mind-body connection. If you're feeling frustrated with life, then you may take that out on your body, which doesn't help. So get your water. What else did I want to say? Get some music, some nice music, whatever you like stretching to and with. Get your favorite stretch partner, whatever you feel like. And I'm curious, so Kim, I know you're there. How did you feel after yesterday? Did you feel better? Did you feel like kind of achy this morning? Did you have some awareness of, what your nerves were doing, what your body, if it was talking to you, if you felt looser, if you actually felt worse? Just kind of curious what happened. With me, I actually felt a little bit tighter. Like it was almost like I awakened some really tight muscles, like especially around my jaw, because when you stretch the shoulders, it gets really tight. Or, well, it doesn't get tight. It releases everything in the jaw too, which can be tight, and then it relaxes, and then it wakens a latent trigger point, which can go into the head. But that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, and we'll do it maybe tomorrow or another day. Is that the jaw can get really tight and into the head, and I think that's really undervalued, and a lot of people don't realize that they do have a lot of tension in their face and in their head and like even up into here. So anyway, yes, why is deep breathing related to the hips? So I'm going to show you how to do deep breathing correctly. So you can see even my posture right now, my back is a little bit rounded out. When you deep breathe, you actually increase that arch a little bit. See how I expanded my tummy? So when you deep breathe, you actually want to expand the belly and into here, which does not look really flattering right now. It kind of looks like there's something else going on in there. So when you deep actually expand down here, and when you breathe out, you contract. So you actually move your pelvis forward, and that helps to reduce any low back curve. So I'm going to do that again. And you're pushing your hips forward. So that's important because, oh, Shane, hi Shane. Much better. Your jaw is a little stiff. Oh, today you're feeling great. Yeah, so that was, yeah. So Kim was saying that she feels better. Her jaw was a little stiff and had a little headache, but today she's feeling great. So that's good. Yeah, so it might have just woken up, a few trigger points in there, which typically go up into the head. But the more hydration, the more stretching we continue to do, the more movement each joint has, the better for everything. And then again, it just continues to get better. Same with even just the hips. So yeah, like I was saying, so breathing in and then out. See all that joint movement and rotation and everything that happens when I'm deep breathing. So that actually opens up space. It opens up space in the abdominal cavity. So that allows your digestive system to work better. It allows your lungs to open up even better and fuller at the bottom. And then it moves your hips. So it gives you more hip mobility. A lot of people are stuck in their chair, which you can see I have one behind me, and I'm going to go over some stuff. Stuck in a chair. And so they're constantly in the position of a tight low back like this. So it really is compressing the spine. It doesn't allow the nerves to conduct properly, so it doesn't fire to the digestive system and the hips as well, including the sciatica, sciatic nerve, which travels down your legs into your glutes, all of that. So everything gets really tight when we're in that position. So when we're deep breathing, we're actively engaging that hip position and allowing it to relax. So what else was there? Oh, and there's actually a nerve that comes from your brain down into your digestive system. It's called your vagus nerve. It's cranial nerve 10. It innervates the jaw, the heart, the lungs, and the whole entire digestive system. So if that's pinched off, then you don't actually get that nice flow into your digestive system and into your heart, into your lungs, your jaw. So everything gets really tight. The vagus nerve helps with parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. And hi, David. And if the vagus nerve is clamped off, then you're in a fight or flight mentality, body, physical awareness, all of that. And so you're constantly moving and fighting and cortisol surging, so you don't actually get that rest and digest. So deep breathing, it's going to help to relax all of the nerves that are associated with the cortisol and sympathetic nervous system. So it helps to get you resting and digesting, which we all need right now. So again, I'm going to show you deep breathing. So what you're going to do is when you inhale, your belly is going to expand out, which again may not look super flattering, just like the double chin tuck that we were talking about yesterday. But breathing in and then out. At the end, you want to try and do that little last exhalation because that's going to really round the hips forward, and it's actually going to pull your abs up and down. So that activates the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest ab muscle under there, and that helps to give you a lean look It helps to push the digestive system down so that you have tension, and it helps everything flow nicely too in the digestive system. So basically, deep breathing is like a win-win in every situation in life. It helps to relax the fascia and the tight muscles around the low back. All the oxygen helps you to become leaner as well because you're getting the nutrients and everything into your blood. Hi, Janet, that you can. So this is something that is totally underrated, undervalued. It helps to put your spine into a neutral alignment as well, which is like that straight line that we all want. So you can even see my posture is a lot better when I'm doing that as opposed to just letting it relax. And when things get tight here, they get tight up here. So everything is connected by that fascia. So what do you think? Do you want to give it a whirl? Hi, Jen. How are you? It's been forever. Okay, so you can either stand, you can sit, you can whatever. I thought I would just sit in my chair because most of us will be sitting. And then we can just do, I don't know, what do we do? Maybe like 10 together? If you want to cross your legs, I find that this puts me in a really good space, and it really helps you to align your spine as well. That's typically how I sit in the morning when I'm trying to do some meditation or just listening to something inspirational or positive or whatever. So if you can get into this position, then that's great. Tucking your chin. So I was going over yesterday, putting your little finger on your clavicle and then your thumb under in the same spot, and then putting your finger here and seeing where your head is supposed to go. It should be sort of touching that little finger or the pointer finger. And so that'll ensure that you have a straight spine. So being in that position and then doing the deep breathing is going to be great. So don't forget, when you breathe in, your belly is going to expand out. And when you breathe out, it's going to be in. Okay, so you ready? So I'm just going to close my eyes, but let's do one together. We'll do up to 10. Okay, I'll try and keep track. Okay. I think I added an extra one. Or maybe I didn't. I'm not so good with numbers. How do you feel? I don't even want to open my eyes yet. I seriously feel like I've been meditating for 20 minutes after that. I also feel like my spine has more movement. including my neck. And I felt a few things sort of shift in there. So just sit with it if you want. Maybe you haven't done deep breathing in a long time or ever. And maybe your exhales were a lot shorter than mine. And that's okay. I've obviously been doing deep breathing for a lot longer, maybe than some. But just check in with your body. See what's talking. Do you have any tightness? Any clicking? Was it difficult? Did you enjoy it? Do you feel a bit euphoric? Do you feel lightheaded? Okay, if you feel lightheaded, just take it easy, lay on the floor. If your body's talking to you to get on the floor, then just chill and be in a safe space. I don't want you passing out because sometimes that can happen with extra oxygen. The body's like, whoa, what is this? Am I supposed to detox? Am I supposed to relax? Am I supposed to get all jacked up? Like, am I going to go for a run? So sometimes deep breathing can create detox symptoms. How do your hips feel? Do they feel like any different? Do you feel like there's more movement? Does your spine feel different in your low back? Yeah, talk to me. Let me see. I'm going to check out the little comments because I didn't realize I could scroll yesterday. Or maybe I can't scroll. Anyway, here we are. Okay, so that's something huge for me. I suffered from low back pain forever and ever for like 20 years or something. I was 11 and I was in a boating sort of incident. I won't say accident because it wasn't like super severe, but went over a wave. My spine basically like compressed and I couldn't run. I couldn't really walk for a while. Wasn't terrible, but it was enough to sort of create some issues. Oh, Janet, you're feeling more alert. Good. I'm happy. But yeah, another thing that was an issue for me, and maybe this is something that you've experienced too, but inflammation. So last night I kind of went on a bender and ate a lot of chocolate and sugar, which is like not a whole heck of a lot, but enough for my body to be like, you need to cool it. And actually, I woke up and my knee was a bit sore. So I was kind of contemplating like, yeah, sugar causes inflammation, but are there other things out there that are creating low back pain? Sugar, maybe someone shouldn't eat dairy or wheat or whatever. That's something to consider too. So if you're doing stretches and you're drinking water, you're eating healthy, and you just can't seem to get rid of some chronic pain, then it could be related to inflammation. But yeah, okay, so let's move on. If you have any more questions, please write them in or let me know what's happening. I'm going to take a drink of my sexy man again. And if you're just tuning in, grab some water because that's always helpful when you're stretching, and put some nice music on. So this other stretch that I want to do is very good for people who sit all the time. So if you're sitting, who just came on? Hi, Donna. If you're sitting all the time, that creates low back struggles too. So see how I'm arching my back? That's typically what happens when a lot of people are doing computer work. So they bring their shoulders forward and then the low back starts to arch as well. So that's something to consider. If you are doing that, just tuck your abs up as if you're doing that exhale portion of the deep breathing. So if you're here, just think and tuck a little bit. So that's going to give you some ab workouts without even knowing it too. So this one's called the figure 4. So you just put your foot on top of your knee. So you can see how I'm doing that there. And you're going to push your knee down. And also you're going to pull your knee up. So first we'll push down. Just be very gentle. Don't push if it feels off or your hamstring's really tight and you think, oh God, if I push any further, I'm just going to snap this baby, because we don't want that. So you should be feeling that just in the lower part of the leg. And lots of deep breathing while you're doing this too. You'll also start to feel it into your glute up top here, which is really helpful. Because if your low back is tight, it's typically because your glutes are really tight too. So, what's Kim saying? Shane is feeling high. Time to explore the woods. That's awesome. I think that stretching your hips is really good for grounding too. I don't know, I would assume. Um, because anything that brings your energy up to your head will make you more spacey. Anything that brings your energy down to your feet obviously makes you more grounded. So, in essence, we're kind of just doing that. Like, even touching your foot is maybe grounding. I don't know for a fact, but so we're going to hold this for 15 to 30 seconds. Again, the reason why is to ensure that you've got a brain-body connection. Your brain always, where you are before you stretch is where your brain thinks that your body is supposed to be. After and during a stretch, you're telling receptors in that muscle to relax. So if you don't stretch for at least 15 to 30 seconds, somewhere in there, then your brain's not really going to register anything. So ensuring that you're actually counting that will really help. So if you're just going to stretch for 3 seconds, then don't. There's no point. So I'm pretty sure that's been at least 30 seconds. So how do you feel? Do you feel stiff? Do you feel okay? Do a little stretch out or a little movement of your ankle if that's something you feel you need to do. And then this one, you're going to pull your leg up. And so you should really feel that in the back of the glutes. And that'll really help. Ooh, my wrist just snapped. It's like losing one spot loosens everything. It's awesome. So again, holding. There I am moving my toes. Who else is a Pisces here? I'm a Pisces. And I swear I like to wiggle my toes all the time. Just like a little fishy. So let me know if you're a Pisces. My Pisces friend. I think we're just getting out of Pisces soon. What day is it today? 18th? Yeah. So soon it'll be Aries? I don't know. Anyway, let me know if you're a Pisces or an Aries. And you can even sort of move around with your body. I can even feel a few little spots in my thoracic spine kind of moving around. And even around my abs. Are you feeling any numbness or tingling? If you are, just kind of stop and shake it out. Like, even if you need to move your whole leg, that's okay. I was starting to feel numb. I think that means that the lower leg is actually a bit tighter than I want. So I'm gonna have to create some stretches for that. Typically, I just use a ball like this one on my leg. Cool. Okay, moving on to the next side. Oh, my knee just snapped too. I'm like an old lady. Maybe it's that sugar thing. I don't know. What do you think? Who's addicted to sugar? I am. It's like I need to admit it and then have people to tell me that I'm not weird. It is addictive. It's like cocaine or something. That's what I heard. Who's addicted to Cheese Whiz? We're talking about Cheese Whiz and why it's called Cheese Whiz. Oh yeah, Jenna was like, oh, it's like G Whiz. But I used to love that stuff. It is so gross. I'll never eat it ever again. I think I'm actually allergic to it. Isn't that funny how you don't really know that something's not good for you until you take it away and then reintroduce it? That's what happened with gluten for me. think it was 9 years ago, maybe 10. I was in total denial. I'm like, why would someone make food that's not good for me? Like that's unethical. That doesn't make sense. And then I finally gave up my resistance, stopped eating bread, even though I had wraps still in the freezer just in case, like a true addict. And I stopped for 30 days and then I went back to eating it, and all my insides were just a disaster. Like, who else has had stuff like that? I'm sure dairy is a huge one too. Meat, even. Oh my gosh, just went vegan. Best thing I ever did. Never, ever in a million years thought that I would be a vegan. Or just not eat meat. It's like so good. Okay, I'm sure it's been 15 to 30 seconds. Oh, some comments over there. I really want to see. Oh, I gotta stretch first. So good. I can even tell my shoulders are loosening up. Another little fun fact is, I mentioned it yesterday, but fascia is this mesh covering that goes over your entire body from your head down to your toes. And I call it the mesh onesie. And it keeps everything tight in your body, your internal organs, your muscles, everything. And so if you're relaxing one spot of the fascia, then it will actually indirectly pull in another. So it's kind of like a shirt. I'll show you. So if you pull your shirt, then you can see it kind of gets pulled everywhere. You see even the bottom. That's what fascia is too. It's like if you pull one spot of it, then it will indirectly pull another spot. So a lot of people have plantar fasciitis from different surgeries that they've had, because when you have surgery, they actually obviously cut through that fascia. So now there's like a weak link, I guess, and that creates tension so that the fascia can't actually pull like a nice onesie. It's like it gets snagged on different areas. So with massage, that's something that I definitely look into. If there's any surgeries, I'll work on that scar tissue. So, okay, how do you feel? Oh, it's so good. Oh my gosh, I feel it all up here. You can come forward. You can kind of make stretching into whatever you want it to be, as long as you're feeling nice and loose and hydrated. So that's going to help the low back. Oh, I felt one up there. Did you guys feel anything new? I'm also thinking I'd like to do a video on rolling. So using different balls and different rollers. If you have a foam roller, maybe we can tune in. I don't think I want to do that one tomorrow, because tomorrow I want to do some strengthening. So what happens is you want a blank slate. So you want to stretch first. You want to be nice and mobile. You want to get your fascia moving and fluid as much as possible. You want to stay hydrated, because if you don't have this base or foundation before you start to work out, you're actually creating or potentially creating injuries. You're creating imbalances. You're kind of just setting yourself up for a potential failure. So stretching is key, like foam rolling, like doing all this stuff is huge. And then getting your posture in check is super important too. So let me see what everyone's saying. Oh, give me your Aries. Is that next? Is that coming up? I think it is. Oh, same response. Stimulates the brain. Mm-hmm. Vegan buddies. That's fun. Carol, how are you? It's so nice to see you. Oh, this is so good. I hope you're all enjoying it. Hopefully I didn't talk too much, but sometimes when I get on a roll, I want to like teach everything and give all of my information. So I've started running as well. That's something I'm going to think about maybe talking about. If that's something you're interested in too, just let me know. Because running is actually more challenging than what most people think. There's a lot of foundation that you have to do in order to get out there. It's very functional. So if you're tight here, then your hips can be tight. If you don't stretch well enough, you're not hydrated, then running might hurt a lot. You could get shin splints, like if your lower legs are really tight, all this stuff. So that's something that I'd like to talk about too. April 6th, it's your birthday coming up. That's fun. So fun. Hi, Melissa. Oh my gosh, so good. I love spending my morning with you all. It's so exciting. Okay, getting off track. I'm also going to do some abs because that's super important. Get your core and foundation going. Want to strengthen legs, upper body. This is a really great time to really do the foundational work because you have the time. I hope you have some time. And I was thinking of putting this all on YouTube, and then you can kind of just watch the videos in sequence too, because this is exactly what I would do just to set myself up for going to the gym. So, okay, if there isn't anything else, I just want to say thank you again for joining along. Doing the deep breathing is really important. It'll help your hips. It'll help you run. It'll help you to stand properly. It'll help you to engage your glutes and your legs so that you don't have to work out quite as hard. And then the figure 4 is really good. Just if you're sitting there and you feel a little bit tight, give it a whirl. Hydration is key. Again, we got my sexy man here, and then some water and a smoothie. So keep drinking 2 to 3 liters a day because drinking water will save you from so much stuff. And I'm not going to mention the word. So thanks again. Talk to you later. See you tomorrow at 9. Bye.